And how to fit a brand new piston seal on a Range Rover P38 connecting rod using a flat style piston seal. First of all, you need to cut away most of the old seal with a Stanley knife. The next step, you place the connecting rod into the vise. A couple of methods to remove the clamp ring is to dig out two places opposite with a Stanley knife so that you create a little gap underneath the clamp ring itself, so that you can position two screwdrivers into the gap and then you can prise the clamp ring upwards. The other method which I like to use is a plumber's pipe cutting tool. You place the blade into the gap you have created, and then you rotate the tool around the circumference, adjusting a little bit at a time until it cuts the old seal, and at the same time it raises the clamp ring upwards so it is easier to remove. As you can see, the clamp ring is going upwards. You can see the old seal now is slack and there is a slight gap created. You now get the two screwdrivers, one at each end, and you prise up your old clamp ring. Remove the clamp ring and the remainder of your old seal. The next step is to thoroughly clean the piston head and the clamp ring, taking particular attention to clean out the tiny groove which is around the circumference here where the actual seal seats. This groove is very important. Your new seal has a very tiny upstand on it on one side. The other side's flush, this side has the upstand. This upstand locates in that tiny groove. The next step is to position your pre-assembly fixture over the connecting rod. Make sure that the pre-assembly tool, the small bore is at the bottom and the large bore is at the top. Place that over the connecting rod. You get your new seal with the upstand facing downwards and position your new seal onto the piston connecting rod until the little groove locates into the groove. You then get your clamp ring. Sometimes you can put a little bit of Loctite on the inside so that it is more secure, but generally you can just replace the clamp ring as you removed it. You then get a socket of similar circumference to the clamp ring and place that on the top like so, and with a soft mallet you tap down on the clamp ring gently until the clamp ring becomes in contact with your new seal. The clamp ring is usually flush, but you can check that your new seal does not rotate. The next step is to get some silicone grease which is supplied in the kit and smear the grease around the underneath face of your new seal. This will allow the new seal to bed in. You then position your pre-assembly fixture around the circumference of your new seal and you pull the pre-assembly fixture in an upward stroke so that it forms the shape of your new seal, and you keep pulling the fixture upwards until it's completely formed the seal shape itself. You can leave the pre-assembly fixture on the connecting rod until you are ready to fit it in the compressor housing, or you can get your new piston liner and replace the pre-assembly tool with your liner by removing it. If you're fitting your liner, make sure it's at 45 degrees and then you rotate to the horizontal. As you can see, the piston seal is formed correctly and there's a good bit of friction there. ready for assembly into your compressor housing.